Hey everybody, how's it going? 31st floor of the Tower of Champions here. This is the first of the 5 new stages that were added since the tower has come back. And it's quite a doozy, so what you want to do is try and pinch in between those two monsters. Um, it's actually kind of tough to do that. You actually want to try and stay in your normal form because the gimmick here are the magic circles, and every time you cross over one, you'll toggle on and off between turning into a chicken and not. And when you're a chicken, you lose, or your damage gets reduced to a third of its normal, and that also includes their bump combos. And as you can see, if you're in a chicken state, you just don't have as much power, and it becomes that much more difficult to get the pinch. And as you can see, the gaps here are much more bigger than what you would usually expect for pinching. So unless you really hit that sweet spot, it's really difficult to get in there. And as you see, the white volatile blast, it comes down every 7 turns, I believe. It looks like the top left one is about to explode. Ouch. But luckily that gold heart was there from before. And now, yes. So on the left side, because Verdandi was able to turn into a normal form, we were able to kill it with no problem. And we definitely want to make sure to get the whole gold heart so I can get back up to max health. And normally this stage shouldn't take this long. Ideally you can do this in 2 turns, but it's just a lot of bad luck there. Alright, second stage, we're doing the same thing again. As you can see, the big numbers here, the 7s and 8s, are the countdowns before that white blast. And personally, I have a lot of trouble getting that bottom left corner pair down, so luckily Fox Metal was in a good position there. And I'm just going to keep going over and over. You're going to try and if you can take advantage of the magic circles, you want to cross over as the correct amount as possible so that you end up being in your normal form when you do the pinch. Because you can pinch in a chicken form and still kill both, but I feel like more often than not it doesn't work. But that's a little tough, going off a wall into a pinch. Either takes luck or a lot of practice. Personally, it's just luck for me, but just gotta keep trying. Alright, stage 3. Now this one is very, very difficult. Make sure you pay attention to the top right and the bottom left. The countdowns before they explode to death are 3 turns shorter, so 5 turns versus 8 turns. So you really need to focus on getting the bottom left and the top right pair as soon as possible. Of course, there are just some instances where you can't, so you might as well go for the others. But that was pretty. Yeah, that miss hurt. When you're close like that, it really is difficult to tell if you can pinch or not. And unfortunately here, Verdandi is pretty much stuck. There's no way she's going to get out. And so now we're down to the last turn before a double explosion. You can survive 1 explosion, but I don't think you can survive 2. But luckily Verdandi's in a great position that let me kill that. So now we just have to worry about the next pair of exploding within 3 turns. And the weirdest thing about this level is the warping that you'll do after pinching or having somebody revive. Now that was just lucky. But I'll take it. Alright, now we get to see Ashura for the first time, and unlike her stage, you actually want to stay in the middle. If you recall from her impossible stage, you actually wanted to stay outside of the middle before everybody attacked, and then you go in and deal damage. But in this case, Ashura just has an X-laser damage after, I believe, 3 turns. And the galactic balls on the corners will just fire off lasers in the outer corridor of the box. So, they don't actually hurt that much. So take this opportunity to try and get all your monsters back into the non-chicken form. It is a little bit difficult but like I said, they don't do too much damage, so this is your opportunity to get back into full force. So nothing special here. I think I'm gonna stall a little bit, trying to get the heart to grow to make sure I get in with full health and as little chicken monsters as possible. You can also use this to load up on your strike shots, just in case you somehow cleared the previous stages that much quicker, that your strike shots aren't ready, and they will play a big role in the final stages of the boss. So you definitely don't want to go in there with yourselves as chicken forms. Alright, so here we go. I think this is the last stage before the boss. So there is actually a pinchable location, 3 locations actually, under each of the mech birds. If you're lucky enough to start below the blocks, it makes it very easy to pinch that way. And the galactic ball, which, I mean, if you saw earlier, if you can wedge yourself in there, then you can deal millions of damage to Ashura, almost to the point where you can kill her maybe in 2 shots. And yeah, look at that warping, ridiculous. But Foxmell is gonna go in there and look at that, 5.8 million. Love it. Now, if only I can do that during the bosses. Alright, so same idea. So actually, here's one thing to keep in mind, that the Ashura pulse attack that you see that's going on right now, it is a volatile blast, but that volatile blast only does, as you can see, 6.5k, so that's about 30k total, assuming you bring water monsters. Don't forget that this stage, and I believe all of the stages after 30, give priority to elemental damage. So the multiplier you give by being the advantaged color is enhanced, as well as taking damage or is reduced when you're in the favor that way. So you definitely want to bring only water monsters here, because the damage does hurt. And I would say the strategy here is make sure, 1, you don't let those minions explode on you. Make sure you clear them off within their allotted time. And 2, if you can wedge yourself in where Chicken Verdandi is right now, that will make clearing the stage so much easier and faster. Actually, it might be the only way. I don't know. I wouldn't want to waste a strike shot here, just because of how much you need damage dealing in the last stages of the boss. But of course, the rule of thumb is make sure you use your strike shot if you think you're gonna die, because it's the worst thing in the world to do is to die with your strike shots in your pocket. So we're gonna start whittling away. Luckily, non-Chicken Verdandi was able to get in the middle there, and the only worry is about the galactic ball on top, wailing damage, but I believe it won't be that bad. Plus, with a gold heart, we should be able to tank all the attacks plus the volatile blast. Yeah, no problem. Half HP. And basically now we just do a cleanup again, get rid of the minions, because as always the mech bounce birds, laser birds, they always deal a lot of damage, and you know, getting rid of Ashura for now is not a bad thing. And if you can end up with somebody on top where my what is that, where Marguerite is right now, ideally you want to pinch on top of that galactic ball. Oh, that's great. Fox Metal was able to push Marguerite up. If you have a player positioned there, then in the next stage you have a pinch shot set up for you magnificently. And yes, what was I stalling for? Oh, maybe the heart. I'm not sure. And that was a little dangerous. It did nudge Marguerite a little bit off, but I think she's still in a good position. Yes, she's in that prime pinching position. So you can see, look at that, one shot, 4.2 million damage, done. And that's That is really good. Now we can just focus on making sure that those pairs on the bottom do not explode on us. Do note that their revival turns are actually delayed from usual, so it's not of utmost importance, but of course it does make it slightly difficult to kill them without their counterpart to allowing for a pinch. And is this good enough? Yes, it is. Alright, so now the final stage. There is no explosion to worry about, it's just damage. Pure damage. And it is really hard to get out of being a chicken here, so try and make sure that you do chickenify yourself going into this stage so that you can just use all of your strike shots, because don't forget, if you're a chicken, you cannot use your strike shot, and that hurts. Alright, and Ashura also has a wind attack, which makes it slightly difficult to prepare for your shots, but for Dandy, if you can get her strike shot in between those black or blocks, then it makes dealing damage so much easier. And we have the other Verdandi ready to go. And yes, I did have a mini heart attack there thinking she wasn't going in, but luckily she does 2 times, and finally the 31st floor is clear. This is a pretty difficult stage. All I can say is gotta keep trying and hope you either have friends that have good no gravity blue monsters, or that the friends list is really friendly for you. Well, I don't know when 32nd floor will be finished, but if it's done in a reasonable amount of time, should be up soon. So until next time, bye bye.